Hello, my name is Lindsay and we're going to do a tutorial today on Zoom. What is Zoom? Zoom is a company that provides remote conferencing services using cloud computing. The pros of Zoom are you can screen share from any device, you can screen share from a mobile device or from a computer, and you can screen share video, audio, web pages, and documents. There is group messaging within Zoom. There is group messaging on the main screen, and also when you do breakout rooms, there is individual group messaging within the breakout rooms. There is a multitude of tools within Zoom. There's a polling tool, a whiteboard tool, annotation tool, and of course the breakout rooms, which we'll get to later. There is a single sign-on with Zoom and also a Google login if you have a Google account. You can join Zoom within a multitude of ways. You can join online using a mobile app or by dial-in on a phone. There's end-to-end encryption with Zoom, so it is safe. You can save meetings as an MP4 file and upload them to YouTube for other parties to watch, and it is compatible with multiple platforms. There are a few cons to Zoom. The deluxe version does cost about $20 per month. There is no real-time translation into other languages, and some users do report it as laggy at times. The best practices to follow when creating a webinar using Zoom is to promote your event about a month ahead of time, to practice your content and know it well, to check your hardware and wiring about a week ahead of time to make sure that you are up to date, to do a mock through to make sure that your presentation is thoroughly practiced, to send invites out a week before with your code to make sure that everyone can get into your presentation, and to make sure your webinar is interactive and engaging. After your webinar is over, you should send follow-up emails after the event with a poll to have the audience rate your presentation. There are a few tools within Zoom to engage your audience. There's a polling tool, a whiteboard tool, and a breakout tool. There's a few different ways that you could use these tools. The polling tool can be used in a few different ways. That you could use the polling tool in the beginning of your presentation as an icebreaker. Create a poll to help the audience get to know one another. You could also let the audience pick the content in which best meets their needs and let your presentation go in that direction. Or you could let the audience rate your presentation at the end of your presentation. The whiteboard tool, each person could bring up the whiteboard tool on their screen and you could allow your audience to collaborate together. You could also make notes during your presentation on the whiteboard to allow your audience to copy down any notes or important information. The breakout tool is basically small groups on the screen. The host can break people into whatever size groups they would like and allow people to discuss important things on screen together in private groups and then bring them back together when needed. So we're going to watch a few videos on these tools to see how they work. So the first one we're going to watch is on the breakout rooms. So we're going to start that one right now.
So when you go to the settings and click on advanced features, click on enable advanced features, and you're in here, you have to go to your Zoom account here. Whoops. Go to your Zoom account, scroll down to in meeting advanced, right? Click on edit and allow breakout room. Okay, actually, I think this has been set by the admin. Okay, for some reason. Okay, I'm usually able to uncheck it and check it. The file transfer is another interesting, and those of you who are here who can't see it, let me show you. I'm sharing just my Google Chrome screen now. Oh, the other thing that's interesting for screen sharing is you can share computer sound. By checking this box, and I'm just going to share my Google Chrome window for now for those who are here. Click share screen. And so now the participants are just seeing my Google Chrome window. And you can tell because you see there's this green glow over my Google Chrome window. So that's why, as the screen sharer, will know that that is the one being shared. And they're not able to see my desktop now. But sharing the screen, let me show you again. When you share with computer sound, okay, you can then share like a YouTube video, or anyway, any computer sound that you are able to hear, the participants are now able to hear as well. So this is good if you want to do a professional presentation, want to start with like an inspirational video, then queue up the video on your computer first, and then when you start the meeting, you share your screen, share just that browser window, and click on play, maybe full screen on that video, and then click on play on the video, and then all the participants will be able to see the video and hear it as well. So I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want this tutorial to go too long. And so I'm going to stop share for now, and we're going to go into breakout groups. I was going to, sorry, one more thing. I want to make sure you see that when you do, I like the file transfer option being available as well. Then you click on Save Changes, and that will now allow, next time you start a Zoom meeting, you'll be able to do a breakout room. So let's do a breakout room now. Let me show you how that works. Click on Breakout Room now that you have this. Again, you may need to restart your Zoom after you've done the meeting settings to be able to get the Breakout Room button. Click on Breakout Rooms, and now this is cool. There are exactly 6 other people besides me. So that's a great number actually, because I can make 2 rooms. It says 3 participants per room. I can manually put who with who, or I can automatically have Zoom randomly pair, Kim with Leslie with Diane, or whatever the random pairing is. I noticed there's an interesting phenomenon that whenever we do random pairings, there often are synchronicitous moments that happen. Zoom has a brilliant way, I don't know, they don't have an algorithm, but there's some kind of randomness, synchronicity to happen. I usually do automatic. And if you increase the room size, you'll see that if you increase the room size, now it says 2 participants per room because there are 3 rooms. 4 means there's 1 to 2 participants per room. And just to show you what that does, I'm going to create breakout rooms now. And now you can see that because I created 4 rooms, there is 1 room with only 1 person. Or no, 2 rooms, I'm sorry, with 1 person each, and other rooms have 2. I can now move. I can even rename what the room is called, or I can now move people. I'm going to move Kim to breakout room 3 to be with Leslie there, and then let's go and there's a tip here. Before you open the room, unmute everybody, so that they don't have to look for where the mute button is. And another tip is to tell people, all right, everyone, we're going to go into breakout rooms, and when you start sharing, go by alphabetical first name. So Diane will speak before Rosalie, and each person has 4 minutes. So you want to give, and I've asked Zoom, and everybody watching this YouTube video, ask Zoom to make a timer option for each breakout room that the admin can control. That would be really helpful, and Zoom says they're thinking about it. So, all right, let's go ahead and click, first let's unmute everyone automatically by clicking unmute all. Let me get this to the side. Unmute all. All right, everyone's unmuted now. Now I'm gonna click open all rooms. And now what they're seeing is something in the middle of their Zoom that says join breakout room. So now as people join, you'll see people disappear. Go ahead, everyone, join the breakout rooms. Okay. And on some internet connections, it takes longer for some people to join the breakout room. But now, everyone's in the breakout room. The admin can go take a break, or the admin can join any breakout room to see how it's going. So I'm going to go and even during the breakout room, you can still move people. For example, sometimes I find that some people are really shy. I'm in a big webinar. Some people don't want to join breakouts. And so it's like, one person might be by themselves. The others will have a gray bubble. It says not joined. And so if one person's by themselves, I usually move them to another room. That's how I do it. Now I'm going to go ahead and join a room with, with Kim and Leslie. I'm going to click join room. Okay, it says yes. And so now, hello, hi there. Welcome. I just joined the room just to show everyone what that looks like. And at this point, I'm going to leave the breakout room, and you guys can chat amongst yourselves. In the side of the breakout room, there is a chat that just Leslie, if I click on the chat, actually, Leslie, you guys are able to chat amongst yourselves, and that chat doesn't go into the main chat. Except when the admin is there, the chat button, I think this is for everybody, isn't it? That's for everybody. Are you seeing the chat that I just put through? Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know that. So I'm going to leave the breakout room, let you guys have fun, and I'm going to close the room soon. That's brilliant. Thanks, Leslie. Okay, and then return to the main room. Okay, so now I'm in the main room, going back there. And then let's see if Leslie's, by the way, I didn't show you one thing. You can click and drag the bottom corners of the Zoom window to be able to resize it. Okay, so you can, that way it's easier to resize. You can move this around by clicking on the heading, or sort of the header there. Click and drag that.
Okay, now we're going to watch a video on how to do polls in Zoom.
We scroll down and they've actually moved where the poll button is. It's down here in the very bottom left, like a little tab. I've created one poll. I'm going to show you how to add a poll into this live session by clicking on Add. And I'm going to ask poll 1, type in my question. And my answers down here, different selections for a single choice essentially means it is multiple choice, but it means there's only one single correct answer versus multiple correct answers. And I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to save this poll. Now that this poll number 1 is saved here, and you can create all sorts of polls there and have them available to you, I can go over back here to my Zoom meeting with Admiral Ackbar. We can click on polls down here below, and here is our poll. We can launch our polling. Now on Admiral Ackbar's screen, he's using a mobile device, and he will just see this poll up on his mobile device. When he selects, we will see that on our screen. And we see the instant results here. We can end polling. We can share results, and when we share results, they will pop back up on his screen as well on the mobile device until we click on Stop Share Results and close our poll.
And now we'll watch on how to use the whiteboard.
Next to the desktop, there's an option called Whiteboard. So if I click this one and click Share Screen, my screen now becomes a whiteboard. This is interactive, so I can either make it bigger or smaller. And here you can see the various options for using the whiteboard. So just like the annotations, you can draw on your board by clicking the draw button, and you can draw like this. You also have the option to add text as before, so you can add text like this. If you want to change the size or the formatting, just click here. The color can change, the size, for example, bold, italic, etc. So you can then create any number of text boxes on your screen. If you want to move this around as before, you can move it up like this. You can erase things. All sorts of features that you can use to annotate your whiteboard.
Those are some different ways to engage your audience using the tools. These are the videos. There are some other ways you can engage your audience using outside engagement from Zoom. Websites like Kahoot, putting YouTube videos up on your presentation, using Whiteboard Animation Studios, or websites like Storybird and Powtoon. Thank you for watching my presentation.